So at this point, we're all wired up to do top-level navigation between the customers list and the order prep area of the application. And now we've wired ourselves up to present a list of customers and have a place order command that we can invoke on each customer, passing that into the customer list view model. Now we need to actually cause navigation to happen from this child view model. But that navigation is going to replace this view model's view as the current view in the top-level navigation container. So that means this child view model needs to be able to communicate up to its parent view model, the main window view model, because that's where the navigation is being managed. So there's a number of ways you could go about doing this, but one simple and straightforward way is to allow child view models to raise events that their parent view model can handle, much like a human child tries to get its parent to do something with events, sometimes polite and controlled, sometimes disastrous. We'll avoid those here in our code. So basically we need to raise an event to our parent, and to do that we can simply declare an event that is raised by this view model. So we'll have an event that can pass a GUID, the customer ID, that we want to start placing an order for. Once we have that event defined, we can raise it from inside of our place order command handler, passing the customer ID of the customer that the command was raised for. Now we need to go handle that in the parent view model. So we'll go to main window view model, and down here in the constructor, since our view model is constructed up above with an initializer, we can just subscribe to that new place order requested event and have some handling method that we'll place here in the parent. To implement that method, we'll drop down to the bottom and declare a method with an appropriate signature. Now in here, before we go and set the current view model to cause the navigation to occur to the order view model, we need to pass some context. And so what we can do is plan on exposing a property on that view model that the parent can set as the context that drives the way it's going to behave once it's presented. And we just take that GUID that's passed into us and push it down into that child view model. So obviously we now need to implement that property. So we'll drop over to our orders view model and add an appropriate property. Now we just need to present that in some way to see that it's all wired up and working. So let's drop over to the order view, and we'll put some simple XAML in here, a horizontal stack panel with 2 text blocks to present that we're placing an order for a given customer ID. With that in place, we can go ahead and run. Now we can go to customers, click place order for a given customer, and see that we end up on the order page showing the customer ID. Now we're not going to fully flesh out this view with taking orders and order items and all that kind of stuff. We're going to focus on rounding out the functionality for customers.